Guys, I'm live. I'm live. Okay, today we're talking about how I was able to make $900 plus in a day, and I'm going to debunk 5 common myths about making money online that I hear. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Okay, if you're new here, whether it's in YouTube land or TikTok land, welcome. Hello, my name is Ominye. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 3 with another on the way, and I am in Phoenix, Arizona, but I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And last year, March of 2024, I found a digital marketing program that completely revolutionized the way I looked at business online, the way I looked at making money. Hold on, this is awkward. How to make money online. Completely changed the way I did this because it was something I'd never seen before. Right? When we think about being able to bring in extra income, which was my goal, was to bring in extra income without sacrificing time with my kids. I have 3 small kids. They're getting older now. But when I first started online, I had a 3-year-old, 3.5-year-old, and a 7-month-old. Okay, guys. When I started online, I did not want to miss a moment of time with my kids. That was my biggest priority. That was my biggest motivator. Was I wanted to find a way to be home with my babies and still be able to provide and make income online, so I didn't have to jeopardize that. And I found it. Okay, I found the thing in 2024 of last year, March, that truly helped me like rethink the way I thought about business and really create something that allows me to be home. I'm home with my kids. My 3-year-old may bust in at some point because she's watching one of her cartoons and eating breakfast, but I get to be home. I get to raise my kids, and I get to make income online by just showing up, creating content, and being present here, okay, with you guys. So this is what this has done for me. It's allowed me to be able to make 100, 300, 600, and $900 days from the comfort of my own home. And not just me, but thousands of others just like me, looking for another way to bring in extra income, looking for another way to leave their 9 to 5, right? Something that can supplement their income or even exceed that income, which for many it has. Something to help them pay down debt, something to help them pay down medical bills, something to help them. Some have bought their own dream homes, their own dream cars. They can take vacations. They can save, put in savings for retirement. All these amazing things and results we've seen in the community just as a result of this program. Okay, so if you're reading for the first time, like I said, my name is Onini. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 3, and I am full-time in digital marketing. I promote and sell digital products. And if you ever want to make money online, this is the best opportunity to get into. This is the best space to get into because Forbes has predicted this is going to be a $1.35 trillion industry by 2025. By 2025, right? 2030, sorry. Because we're already in 2025. So in 5 years, this is a $1.3 trillion industry and skill set. So if you want to come online and make income, this is where you want to be. Okay? And I'm not just saying it to say it. I'm telling you right now, go and look it up for yourself. Go Forbes and then Google digital marketing. What's the trend? How's it trending? What's going on? This is where you want to be. And why this is the best industry you want to be in, especially in the done for you digital product space, is because you do not need a degree with this. So you don't need to go to school for this to get a degree. You don't need experience. You don't need tech skills. You don't need a huge following. You don't need to even create your own digital products. You don't deal with customer service. You don't bother friends and family. You don't have to get on sales calls. You don't slide into people's DMs. It's just an amazing opportunity for someone who just wants low-key, simple, step-by-step plug-and-play system to be able to bring extra income into their home without doing all the things, okay? Because there's a lot of opportunities online. I will not lie to you. I see them all the time too on my feed whenever I'm scrolling, okay? But I'm telling you, I've tried a lot of those opportunities, guys. I've done the Amazon. I've done Etsy. I've created my own digital products. I've created my own digital programs. I've created my own coaching I've done all of it. And I'm telling you, especially if you want to get into this and you want to like save your sanity and your peace and your time, this is the most no-brainer route you want to go through, okay? Because if you're creating your own thing, of course that's the goal down the line. It takes time, it takes energy, it takes sometimes even money, and it takes a lot of trial and error. You will try different things, you'll put it out there. Some will fail, some will flop, and some will be successful. But you really won't know if you don't have the background, the experience, or the knowledge to really put it together. Okay. Other things will be like, I've heard, drop shipping. And I'm like, it's not as easy as it sounds, or print on demand. These are not as simple as they sound, because it's not just as simple as just getting, product from China and coming over. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, and there's no guarantee you'll make income, especially when you're competing with so many others who are doing the same thing and who are either been in it long enough so they have more traction, or you're competing against price. And at that point, the profit margins don't make any sense at that point. It just doesn't make any sense. Right. So like when I was on Etsy, Etsy is great, but Etsy is so saturated right now with everyone coming in that either you have to be really good at SEO and hope and pray that people find your store and really love your store, if you can do it in a unique way. Or even if you are good at SEO, you have to think about the fact that you have all these other products that Etsy is showing to other people when they come to your store. So they're suggesting your competitors. And if your competitors are selling something similar at a lower price, guess what? Most people are going to choose a lower price, unless you have something completely different and unique that they can't find somewhere else. So there's a lot of competition on Etsy, and it's very saturated, and it's very much like like literally a race to the bottom. Because if you're selling it for $5, I promise you there's someone selling it for $2. And then a lot of people run ads on Etsy in order to get their stuff in front of people. And then when you do that, you also lose profit, right? Because you have to pay the ad revenue in order to be seen by more people. Okay. And there's no guarantee with that either. So with this, you don't have to run ads. This is all organic. Okay. We teach you how to post content, 2 to 3 pieces of content a day. That's it, maximum. Won't take you more than 30 minutes, maybe 40 if you're just starting off and, trying to get the hang of it. But you're literally posting 2 to 3 pieces of content about 30 to 60 seconds. That's just basically educating people about your product, speaking to the people who may be interested in that product, and bringing them into your world so they can learn more and they can inquire about what this is about. Okay, I have a 3-step blueprint that I share. So here it goes. Sorry, it's a little ripped. I have small kids, like I said, right? They get into my work, they get into everything. That's the beauty of this job or this business is I make my own hours, right? I show up online when I can, and I get to do this around my kids. So let me show you the 3 simple steps to making daily pay, how to make 900, and then we'll go into busting the myths that a lot of people believe about what you need in order to be successful. Okay. If you're in TikTok land, I can see a couple of you guys joining. Say hello. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, welcome. If you have any questions as I'm like going through this, please feel more than free to drop your questions. I'm more than happy to help. Even on YouTube land, if you're there and you have any questions, please drop your questions. I'm more than happy to help. Or you can just go to wealthymomceo.com and you'll be able to also see the full blueprint, my freedom formula blueprint. You can check that out, peruse it, see if it's the right fit for you. If it is, ask me any questions you have. If it isn't, unsubscribe, right? There's no harm, no foul. Information is the key, is the first step towards change. Okay. So the 3 simple steps to daily pay, this is what I'm going to be talking about, guys. So the first thing is you're going to have, well, before we get into that, you want to have a something to sell, right? In this case, like I said, I sell a digital product. It's basically a digital program and class that teaches you everything you need to know about digital marketing, about being able to make income online as a digital nomad, marketer, whatever you want to call yourself. It's just teaching you how to monetize social media. So all the different ways that you can make money from social media instead of scrolling. Okay, that's all it does. So once you purchase that or invest in a digital product, something that you can actually sell, again, it doesn't have to even be your own digital product. You can get it from someone else. That's what I have. And I resell it for 100% commission. That's how I'm able to have $300, $600, and $900 days. I then want to attract my perfect customer. So the next thing you want to do is once you've got that product, now you have to bring people to your social media page. In my case, I started off with Facebook. I then created a new Instagram account and started there. And then I created a new TikTok account and added that as well. And I'm here on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for a little bit, but I'm now getting more focused and serious about my YouTube channel. Okay. But, anyways, so you want to just post 2 to 3 pieces of content. It could be TikTok, it could be Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. It really doesn't matter. Find a platform that you really like, and start creating content there. Because once you create content, it's going to attract the right people, right? You're going to create content that people are going to want to watch and look at. And once they know you exist, you're going to then send them, once they get to your content, at the end of each piece of content, you're going to have a call to action. You see this all the time, guys. You may not be paying attention to it or know it, but you'll have someone say, comment the word blink, or comment the word food, or comment the word guide, or whatever. Then when they tell you to comment something or drop a word in the caption, in the comment section, it's because they want to send you something, right? You guys have seen this. If you've been in online space and you found something interesting, and it doesn't have to be to make money online each. It could be in health, it could be in wealth, it could be in anything, relationship, right? You watch something, they give you some type of information or some type of value, and then at the end they say, hey, if you want my free guide, comment the word guide. Or if you want my free thing, say nutrition. If you want my free thing, say ready, say start. That is their way of getting you to come into their world and then to ask for that thing that they have. Whether it's a free, Didi, can you not stop knocking on my door? Or I told you, or it's paid, okay? That's what we're doing. We're doing the same thing. We're just asking people to comment a word, because then we're going to send them to that LINK. Don't lock my door. Don't lock over there. That's dangerous, baby girl. Don't touch that. Thank you. Yes, don't touch that. Put that in my room. Thank you. You want them to comment a word because we want them to then find that LINK in our bio. Okay, the LINK in our bio is where we want them to go, and that LINK is going to take them to what we call a capture page. Okay, all it does is just it's a website that just grabs their emails. Okay, why do we want their email? We want their email because we don't own social media. I don't own TikTok. I don't own Facebook. I don't own YouTube. I don't own Instagram. I don't own any of these platforms. And you can have them taken away at any point or shut down. Remember, we had the whole TikTok, ban thing happening. You could have them taken away at any moment. And because you don't have access, because you're not, the one who created these social media, you can lose access to all the people who are interested in your product, who are interested in learning more. So we want to send them to give me a second, guys. We want to send them to a capture page, meaning a website where they can put their email in, because once we have their email, we can now further send them more information. We can now further stay in touch with them, right? If we have other things we want to promote to them or other things we want to sell to them, we can now keep in touch with them, and we can provide value for them. We can provide them tools and resources and things to help them be successful in whatever goal it is they're trying to reach that we help people with. So we want to always capture people's emails, because that's how we're going to be able to stay in contact with our people. For me, if you go to the page that I show you right here, can I see that email real quick? There we go. Wealthy Mom CEO. You're going to come to here. This is my capture page, guys. This is the page where I say name and email. And see that? See that in TikTok land? That's my capture page, okay? And you see, this is my free guide that I give away. This is the free guide. So it's not just give me your email. It is, in exchange for your email, I'm going to send you a free training and a free guide. Okay, we always want to give someone something for them giving us their email, because that's important, right? They're trusting us with their email. We want to give them something. So when we give them that free thing and they go into our email list, we now send them more information so they can have more clarity around what we sell. In my case, a digital marketing program. They're going to get more information about what it is, how it can help them, how it can change their life, how it can help them pay down debt, how it can help them create savings, how it can help them leave their 9 to 5 and be more present at home with their families, how it can help them plan vacations, how it can help them make 6 figures, even 7 figures online. Now it's giving them all the real information that they need that maybe they couldn't see or didn't find when they were on social media. That's what that whole funnel, that whole page is for. And we want to send people there. And then when people have taken the time to, at their own pace, at their own time, go through this information, then when they're ready, they purchase, right? That's how we all make decisions, right? We look at something, we find something, maybe we keep it in our cart. How many times have you done? I've done it on my Amazon shopping cart. I'll look at something, I'll read through it, I'm like, oh, I like it, I'll put it in my cart. And then when I'm ready, I purchase. Or if I don't want it, I take it off my cart, right? That's just how it works. That's how this process works. We attract our perfect customers by creating 2 to 3 pieces of content. We then send them to our website where they put their email in. They get emails from us that nurture and educate them and give them a better understanding of what it is that this product is, right? Naturally, when we want to buy something, we want to do some research, we want to check it out, all that stuff. And when they're ready to purchase, they purchase. That's the next step. And once they purchase, you get 100% commission. So I make $900, I make $300, I make $600. It just depends on what they decide to purchase. And that process repeats itself. That is all I do every single day. 2 to 3 pieces of content. And then people who comment the keyword, I send them the link to my bio. They go in, they watch the video, the free training, they watch the free guide. And then when they're ready, they make a purchase and I make commissions. And I do all of this with just my phone and Wi-Fi from the comfort of my home. Okay? From the phone and Wi-Fi from the comfort of my own home. While my 3-year-old, as you probably heard, is watching her show and running around, okay, right now, instead of eating her breakfast. All right? That is how simple it can be, okay? Let me get into the main meat and potatoes of what I want to kind of address and talk about today. If you've been, watching some of my lives, especially if you're on YouTube, you guys can go back to yesterday's live and the live before that, because it kind of builds upon itself. Obviously, if you're in TikTok land, the lives do not save themselves, so you may be hearing this for the first time, and that's okay. If you want to learn more, just tap on my name right there. Go to my bio. There's an link there. Go to that website, Wealthy Mom CEO, and you'll be able to get a free class, training, and a guide that's just going to break down exactly everything that you need to know, so you can catch up, so you really understand what I'm talking about. Obviously, if you're seeing me for the first time, meeting me for the first time, you're not really sure what I'm talking about, this digital marketing program. I've done quite a few lives where I've explained this in deeper detail. Just go to the link. Well, you don't need to. Just go to my description if you're on YouTube land, to Wealthy Mom CEO. It gives you a free class, training, and guide that explains everything. But you can also watch some of my other lives, because in my other lives, I break this down in more detail. I explain exactly what it is, why it's the best online business, side hustle, business in a box, plug and play. The best thing for you if you're serious about changing your situation, your circumstance online. Okay, all right, now let's get into the questions. Okay, I'm online, so let's see if I did have this perfect. Okay, so so watching me here, you are okay, cool. All right, so here are the 5 myths. I'm going to bust each myth about making money online that maybe you've heard. Okay, the first myth is you need a huge audience, okay, to make money online. The truth is you need something first and foremost valuable to sell, right? We've kind of accomplished this in order to make money. You need something valuable to sell in order to make money, right? That's how selling works. That's how it works. So you give someone something of value in exchange for money. Money is something of value as well. Okay? You don't need a huge audience to start. Everyone started at 0. It's actually great to start at 0 when it comes to your audience, because you don't want to just start creating content just for anybody. You want to create content that's actually going to speak to the right people, meaning the people who want what you have. A business, the whole purpose of a business, the goal of a business is to solve a problem for people. It is to provide a solution to people. That's why businesses exist in the first place. People have a need, a desire, a want, and a business provides that solution for that person. Okay, that's the whole purpose of a business. Okay, so in this case, this business provides the solution for people who are looking for a way to make extra income, looking for a way to retire, looking for a way to not have to work a 9 to 5, looking for a way to be home with their kids and make money. Okay, online, using the online space. So that is what that's the problem this business solves. And so you decide on who you want to speak to. Do you want to speak to retirees? Do you want to speak to stay-at-home moms? Do you want to speak to burnt out, 9 to 5 workers? Do you want to speak to, college kids who are just coming out of school and trying to figure out what they want to do next with their lives? Do you want to speak to veterans who don't feel like they're making enough income through, their benefits, whatever it may be? Like, who is your person? Once you know who that person is, it's a great idea to start from scratch by creating a whole new social media platform, because now all your content is geared towards that type of person. So you're going to fill your audience now with the right types of people, not just random school friends, right? High school or college friends, or family that you have on your social media, right? We all have that. With a brand new social media account, you can fill your audience with the right people, because the content you're going to create now is going to be geared towards that type of person. And you know for a fact that's the type of person who could benefit from the product that you sell, that you promote. So it becomes a lot easier and a lot simpler, because you're not trying to figure out what should I say or shouldn't. You're like, hey, who I'm talking to is this type of person. These are the type of people I'm bringing into my world, meaning into your audience. And those are the people you can sell the solution to. Okay. So that's the first step. You do not need a huge audience. You just need the right audience. And starting from zero is how you get started. The second is social media is all you need to grow your business. Now, a lot of people will tell you, yes, in the beginning, start off with social media. But like I said before, you are not in charge of social media. Okay. You don't own any of these platforms. You are just hanging out on them platforms. But if you're someone who's looking to create true momentum and true wealth with your business, you want to make sure that you have another way to keep in touch with people who are interested in this business, in your product. And the way to do that is to create an email list. All big companies have email lists. You can go look it up. You're probably on an email list for several different companies. It could be Walmart, Target, Nostrum, Starbucks, right? You get those once in a while. You get a coupon. They'll send you like a coupon or a newsletter or something that's telling you about some deal they're about to have. That's because you're on their email list, and so they can market to you, not just through TV or like paper advertising. We don't do any of that. We're doing everything digital. They can market to you through your email list, because people still read their emails. They still check their emails, especially if you work, you have a job, you're used to opening emails, right? Especially a desk job. I know I had to all the time. Okay. When I was in my 9 to 5. So if that's the case, we want to create our own email list of people who are interested in what we have to offer. And so in order to do that, you want to have an automated machine, because trust me, this automated machine, this email list is going to help you be able to communicate with your ideal customers on a daily basis without the restriction of social media, which sometimes the algorithm gets all buggy. It doesn't want to show your content to anybody. You got like 2 views, right? Nah, we don't need to worry about that with an email list. Every time you send your email, it will always land in the inbox of the people you want it to land in the inbox for. So that's why we want to not just focus on social media, but recognize that having an email list is so crucial and it is key to success. Okay. The third myth is that making money online means you have to hustle and work 24/7. Y'all, when I first started online, that was what I was doing. I will 100% admit it. I was hustling and grinding because I thought that's what you needed to do to be successful. And in my business as a coach, that's what I was doing. I was the everything. I was creating the product. I was marketing. I was the one creating content. I was going live. I was doing all types of teaching and trainings. I was on sales calls. I was in the DMs. Then I had to follow up with my clients and work with my clients, and then help them with their businesses. That's what I was doing. I was doing a lot. I was juggling so many things, and it felt like a 24/7 job. I had left a 9 to 5 to now create for myself a 24/7 job, which wasn't paying me enough at the time, especially when I first began. I was making basically zero, and it just felt hard. And I'm telling you, the beauty of this business, this digital marketing program business I'm talking about, this plug and play business in a box, it's nothing like that. We spend 2 hours a day. That is it. 2 hours a day. And a lot of the things that you don't want to do, trust me, I know, are done. You don't have to worry about that. That's taken care of for you by my millionaire mentor. She's the creator of the program, Michelle. She takes care of all the hassle. She's already created the product. You don't have to create it. She's already put the marketing content together. So you technically don't have to do the marketing content. You just literally copy, paste, and post. You copy what has been proven to be successful. You follow her lead. You literally just copy what she's doing and post. You don't have to do any sales or sales calls or anything like that, because she does a weekly webinar where you can invite your people to it, and she just sells people on the program. And you can come to that, you can invite people to it, and most people will make some sales from it just because people are like, oh, I better understand this. They can ask their questions and get their questions answered. You don't have to worry about delivery. She takes care of your customers. She's the one who makes sure that they have everything they need set up in the back end. She's the one who makes sure that they get the mentorship, the coaching, the live support, the community. All of that is taken care of for you. All the busy work of creating of holding a business, a successful business, by the way, she takes care of that for you already. So you don't even need to worry about that. That's the beauty of this business, guys. Is you don't have to hustle and grind, especially if you're busy, especially if you currently have a 9 to 5. You don't have all day, you don't have all the time in the world to be focused on building a business. You're just like, get me in, let me do something, and let me move on, right? You're like, help me make this money in the time that I have so that I can live my life. That's why I joined this. Is my biggest reason and motivator was time. It wasn't even the money, because I was like, you know what, I can always make money, right? I have the knowledge and the skills and the experience to do so. But what I do not have is the time. And I needed another way without sacrificing the time, because my kids are only young for so little. And I don't want to miss that. I don't want to look back 10, 20 years from now and be like, oh man, I just wish I had more time with them. That's just we can't get time back, guys. If you understand this, you understand this. I'm not talking to people who are like, oh, I don't want to spend money. Who cares about that? You can always make money. Guys, there's a million different ways to make money. I'm not just talking about online. You can do a garage sale if you want to bring in extra cash, right? Uber Eats, you can do an Airbnb with your home. You can, GoFundMe. There's a million ways to bring in extra cash for stuff. That's not like the big deal. The big deal is, will you be able to make back the time that you're putting in to do those things? That's so important. And for me, that was my biggest priority and my biggest motivator. I want to have my time back. I need my time back, because that time needs to go into my self-care and to taking care of my kids and being present with my kids and growing with my kids. Okay? That's the most important thing to me. So I had to make sure that whatever I was doing next, it had to fit around my busy life and my schedule, not the other way around. This business is not 24/7 grind. You're not going to be working all hours of the day, 10, 20 hours. No. You're working 2 hours, intentional hours, doing the work, posting the post, doing the live if you want to, following up with people who DM you, comment on your post, or email you. That is it. That's my 2 hour workday. And then after that, I spend the rest of the day with my kids, spending time with them, doing things with them. That's it. Okay? So no, in order to make money online, you do not have to hustle. You don't need to be doing things 24/7. Myth number 4 is you need to be on every single platform to succeed. Again, no, you don't need to be on every platform. I am on most of the platforms right now, but that's because I've built up that momentum and I've built up that audience. Plus, guys, I repurpose my content. So even when you're first starting off, start with one platform, because it can be overwhelming if you're just really new to this and you've never done this before. It can be super overwhelming to try to manage the various different platforms, because they do have, small changes in their algorithms, and they have small tweaks and things that nuances to the way they work that you have to kind of pick up on and figure out. But once you get used to that, then you can start to, really add more platforms, right? But here's the thing. Here's the key. If you want to be on more than one platform, even though, again, if you're new, do not start there. Just one platform is all you need. I started with Facebook, and that's what skyrocketed. Facebook, I made my first 5 figures. I didn't even go to any other platform. I just stayed off Facebook in order to create my first 5 figures with this program, and then 6 figures with my coaching business. I didn't go anywhere else. I stayed on Facebook, just one platform, and grew it. And then once I did, I expanded to Instagram, now TikTok, and of course, like I said, YouTube. But I started one place and I grew that until I was ready to move on. Okay. And if you are deciding to go on other platforms, just repurpose. Like, you don't have to start from scratch. Take the one post that you made on whatever platform you're using and then just post it on every other platform and see how it does, right? Because some platforms, like I said, depending on, the algorithm, sometimes they'll favor here versus there. All right. But you don't have to start off on a million platforms. Pick one, get really good at that platform, get really comfortable with that platform and how it works. And then you can spread once you're ready and you're comfortable and you're in momentum. Okay. And the fifth myth is good products sell themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. You want a good product because it does do most of the work, meaning 50% of the work is predominantly done for you if you have a good product, right? Think about Ozempic. I don't know how great a product it is, but people just talk about it, right? You see the pictures of people losing so much crazy weight. It's going out of stock. I think it's in like some places you can't even find it or something because it's a good product. It's something that solves their problem for people, right? People don't even do the research to really learn about what are the side effects. They're just like, what? It works. I want it. So a good product does sell itself in some sense, okay? But what I want you to understand beyond that is this, okay? That you still need to understand, first and foremost, what that good product is, right? You can't just assume something's a good product, okay? And you also need skills in order to sell that product, okay? You can have a good product, but if you don't know how to market it, okay, let's think about Ozempic, just to give you as an example. It could have been sitting on a shelf, just been another, and I don't even think it was created for weight loss. I think it was created for something else, but it could just be sitting on the shelf collecting dust today if they didn't market it the way they marketed, right? If they didn't talk about it the way they talked about it, if they weren't showing the pictures and the results and the testimonials, and they weren't showing it the way they were showing it. It's the same way with a digital product, any product, honestly. You could have the best product in the world. This thing could be the best thing out there since sliced bread. But if you don't know how to talk about it, how to market it, especially if you're doing if you're doing digital marketing, meaning selling it online, no one will ever know about it. And I promise you, I've seen so many incredible, like I've worked with a lot of business owners in my time. And I'm telling you right now, I've seen them create some incredible courses, some incredible products, some incredible services. But because they don't know how to talk about it, they never make a sale. Kid you not. Have not been able to make $1 from anything because they don't know how to market. Marketing is a skill set. Marketing and sales is a skill set. None of us are born with it, but you can learn it. And it's not something that you need to spend years doing, by the way. You don't have to spend years learning it. You can learn it step by step. You can learn it in a couple months. With the digital product and program that I promote, you can learn and earn, meaning you can learn that skill and then put that skill into practice so that you can actually earn an income as you get better at it, right? Because it's not just enough to watch a video. Watching a video has never been, no, I promise you, no one in this earth has ever been able to make $1 million watching a video. That's not the way that works. You have to implement, okay? You can watch a basketball game as many times as you want, but until you're out on the court playing the game, you don't know what you don't know, okay? It's the same thing. It's not just about having a good product. It's about having the skills to sell that product, to speak to the right people, to help those people understand why this product over everything else in the marketplace. Okay, those are skill sets that you have to learn. And this product teaches you, excuse me, those skill sets so that you can forever sell anything. So, yes, you can promote this product if you love it and you want to share with others, but think about what are you interested in? What are you experienced in? What are you knowledgeable about? What are you passionate about? If you're passionate about gardening, you can learn the skills so that you can market your gardening guide or your gardening course or your gardening thing. It doesn't matter, app. I don't know. If you're interested in travel, if you're interested in weight loss, if you're interested in gaming, if you're interested in, I don't know, welding, whatever it is, being able to understand how to market using digital marketing skill sets, having digital marketing skill sets means that you can create something and market that and monetize, meaning make money from your passion, your skill sets. But you're not going to make that money just by watching free YouTube videos because they're only going to get you so far. You're going to make that money by practicing what you're learning and then getting feedback from others. Hence the reason why I love the digital marketing program that I promote, because it's not a course. You actually get interactive mentorship, meaning you can ask people questions, mentors, people who've made 6 or 7 figures in this space, and get feedback from them. Hear their experience, get their experience, their knowledge, their brain on your ideas as you're creating it and launching it. have the support of over 54,000 people as you launch it to help you push it out, to get more eyeballs on it, to get more ears on it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what you get. That's what you get access to. Okay, that's what you get access to, my friends. That's this very. I have not. I've yet to see a space or another digital program or course that gives you all of this. I'm telling you right now, I've bought many of them, I've experienced many of them. I have friends who are in so many other programs. None of them give you 3 weekly calls, mentorship calls, where you can get on a call and speak to 6 and 7 figure earners and get pick their brain and learn a ton of knowledge. Just last was it this week? This week we had one of the coaches. Her name is Wendy. She's made well over 6 figures with this program, and she's now on YouTube and has been growing her YouTube. She's been able to share a lot of her experience, her knowledge, what's helped her. And now you get you. I got access to that. I watched it. I was like, oh my god! I took notes. It helped me to learn some of the things I want to do and how I want to shape my YouTube videos and my YouTube channel for growth and to monetize on it. But that's the things I have access to. I have access to different ways to monetize beyond just digital products. Okay, that's the beauty of this community is everyone's sharing their experiences and their knowledge, and you can sit and you can take notes and you can take the things that make sense for you and apply them to your own life and business so you can find success, so you can be successful. That's the beauty of this. It's not just a course where you got to sit by yourself in a room, lonely. You don't have anyone to ask questions of when you get stuck or confused or you have ideas. With this program, you can ask people questions. You can come into the community every single day. The community is open. It's 24/7. Ask people questions, get your questions answered, collaborate with other people, network with other people, expand your business with other people. Like, come on. It's a no-brainer, guys. And then you have access to 6 and 7 figure earners who you can pick their brain and ask them questions on what did they do, how did they do it. Success leaves clue. If you are in spaces and rooms with people who have the life you want, the income you want, why would you not sit in that room, take notes, and then go and apply what they've applied so you too can become a 6 and 7 figure earner? It's just that simple. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is you have access to all of this for a lifetime. You make one investment, and for the lifetime of this program, you can come back to it. You can do what you need to do with it. You can continue to show up to the calls and get what you need. Okay. So those are the 5 myths that I wanted to debunk. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. YouTube land or TikTok, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat. I'm more than happy to help. I'm more than happy to answer it. But if you're not sure, maybe you don't have a question yet, but you just want to, take some time to marinate around this, think about this, think about what I've shared so far today. You can go, if you're in TikTok land, you can tap on my page, right? Go to the LINK in my bio, Wealthy Mom CEO. Check it out. The blueprint, the steps are here. The steps are here, guys. In the blueprint, it actually dives deeper into everything I've been sharing with you today about how I'm able to work 2 hours a day, guys, and make $300 to $900 from this incredible program and have access to 6 and 7 figure earners, people in this space who are doing incredible things and who are changing their lives and others' lives for the better, and be a part of that goal, a part of that mission. Okay. For me, it's the mission. For me, my biggest mission is helping other moms because I know I've been there. I'm in that. I'm walking that walk right now. I'm on that journey as a mom and balancing mom life and balancing kids and balancing school and balancing, making income online. And I had a 9 to 5 and I was able to get out of that. Like, I understand that process, and I'm so passionate about helping other moms see that they don't have to sacrifice one for the other. You can be a present mom. You can be the yes mom. You can be home with your kids, live the life you desire, and also make income from home. Okay. You don't have to trade one for the other. I want more moms to know it's possible because I definitely believe that moms should be with their kids, especially if they have younger kids. Okay. If your kids are a lot older, that's up to you. But when you have small kids, it's so important, especially now as their brains are developing, they're, developing their identity of who they are, what they want. Your presence is so necessary. Okay. And for me, that was so key. I did not want to keep paying daycare and strangers to take care of my kids when I could do that. And I could still provide for my home financially, help my husband out and just make sure we're good. And that's my continual trajectory. And if you want to be part of that journey, if you see yourself being part of something bigger than yourself and also doing something beyond just another side hustle, you like, hey, I want to make money. Of course, there's no shame in that. We all here because we want to make income. We want to, provide, want to create a life that we can be proud of, that we can share with our kids and our families. But we also want to be in a mission where we help and make impact. We help other people. So I get to help other people. I get to make a ton of money, guys, thousands of dollars, and I get to be home with my kids. My schedule is flexible. If a kid is sick, I can go. I can drop what I'm doing. I can go take them to the doctor. I can pick them up. I can spend time with them. My business does not have any issue. Like, I don't have a time constraint on my business. I don't have to ask a boss for permission to take time off. I show up for this business how I can, when I can, and that's okay. And I still make thousands. So if that sounds of interest to you, if this is something you've been, searching for, looking for, I'm more than happy to share. Just go check out Wealthy Mom CEO. Actually, once you check that out, you're gonna get an email from me. Just go to that email, read more, learn more about this. And if you have any questions, reply back to that email. I answer every single one of my emails. Okay, I have people reaching out to me in Messenger. I have people reaching out to me in email. I answer each and every single one of them because I want you to have clarity. I want you to make sure this is the right fit for you. If this makes sense for you, let me know. I don't want you to miss out on something that could literally in the next 6 months change your entire life. And I don't say that, to be coy. I don't say that to be dramatic. I'm saying that because it's happened for me and it's happened for so many. There's so many things out there, and some of them are real. A lot of them are fake. A lot of them are more work than you actually think they are once you get into it. I've done them. I'm telling you, this is the thing I have found that has really changed the game for me and my family, and changed the game for thousands of others. And if you want to learn what that is, I'm more than happy to help. Okay. All right. Until tomorrow, guys. If you don't have any more questions, I will be live again tomorrow. Wait, what's tomorrow? Saturday. I may be live again. I may be live again tomorrow, probably for 30 minutes, because Saturdays are my chill days. But I may go live again, just share a little bit more, answer some questions that I may be getting. And then we'll see you on Monday for sure. I'll be back live Monday, breaking it all down, sharing with you this incredible opportunity and how you can monetize, make money online from home. Even if you're a busy mama like me of 3 littles, we can do it. You can do it. I know that for sure. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow or Monday. Take care. Bye.